dudettes? It's your boy, the franchise guy, back at it again with some more Madden 19 Philadelphia Eagles franchise mode. That's a lot of words right there. But we're going to do some more scouting, some free safeties this time because Corey Graham's not going to be brought back. Chris Johnson, though, got A hit power. This is our bye week right now, so we, get the extra scouting right there. Not going to do 2 weeks for bye and then next week. We're just going to go all into one big episode right there. So that's why this episode's a little longer. Just because we have an extra couple minutes of intro footage for scouting. And, yeah, some more players that I really don't know. We got Nelson Aguilar, got a skill point during the off week. Can upgrade his slot receiver. Matt Collins as well got an upgrade his deep threat. Good for him right there. For the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles right now, Dak and Wentz have a 2-2 record against each other. The first year they trade 1-1 and last year trade 1-1. So hopefully Wentz can get a 1-up right now on Dak. Go 3-2 against the Cowboys. But can't wait to find out who's gonna win this one. This is our stretch right now of playing the NFC East, which is really dumb schedule because they don't play. They come out of halftime. They come out of their bye week, then play the Cowboys, the Redskins, and I think the Giants in that order too. Like it's just 1, 2, 3 on teams they play. But look at this, Jay Ajayi, 35 carries, 204 yards, a touchdown, along a 16 or 14. I can't read. Reading's hard. Mr. Clapp, if you believe you're a head coach. Jay Garrett right there. Not Donnie Jones right there. It's going to punt the ball off. First 10 for the Eagles. First play of the game. Going to go underneath to Mike Wallace. And Mike Wallace is going to fumble the ball. And Sean Lee picks this ball up. And he's going to bring it in approach to the red zone. And Sean Lee's down. What a turn of events for Sean Lee. He goes from forcing a fumble to pretty much being injured. And Sean Lee is going to be carted off into the tunnel, so his day is probably done. R.I.P. Sean Lee. They get a pitch right now to Ezekiel Elliott. That's going to be brushed off Michael Bennett for a touchdown. A 20-yard rush right there for Elliott. And Cowboys will take a 6-0 lead early in this game versus the Eagles. I don't believe so far we've actually lost. We've actually allowed a score before we score. I believe we've always had the lead, or we've always just not allowed a touchdown on the opening possession for another team. Got Mike Wallace right now on the wraparound, a 12-yard pickup. Get some Philly magic right now for these Eagles. Come back from a 7-0 deficit. Gonna air the ball wide to Alshon Jeffrey's gonna pick up right there. A nice 15-yard gain, it looks like. Celebrating right now, facing through the sidelines right there. 2nd and 3 for the Eagles. We're gonna go deep to Alshon Jeffrey. He's gonna come down with the ball over the safety right there. And the safety's going to jar some a little bit in Alshon's face, but Alshon doesn't care because he got the touchdown right now. I believe that is Wentz's 75th career passing touchdown. Way to go, Carson Wentz, on the nice young career you've put together so far. Look at that, one hand over number 27, who probably is actually D-back, not a safety. And the game is all tied up right there to Jake Elliott. Extra point, 4 plays, 68 yards. Less than 2 minutes. And this is going to be hopefully, is a too high score. Hopefully this is a fluke on that first drive for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. But we never know right now. Situations at the offensive line, who's going to put our defensive line to the task. And we're going to force a 4th and 2 with a punt on a 3-yard gain. Look for Zach Ertz over the middle. It's actually Matt Collins over the middle. You don't usually see Matt Collins on the field that often. Need to work in some rotations better for our receivers. Same with our running backs. Need better rotations for everyone. Gonna air the ball out wide to Dallas Goddard. Goddard's gonna do the toe tap right there for the reception. Way to go with the rookie receiver. Take a look at this, Cowboys D-line. It's got some names on it. It's the linebacker core that's not Sean Lee. And it's not Xavier Woods. So no one knows who they actually are. And I'm pretty sure number 94 also wasn't who he said he was either. And hand this ball off to Jay Ajayi. Now, somehow Alshon Jeffrey gets hurt. I don't know where that came from. But Ajayi had a 9-yard pickup on that one. And right now he's got a 2 or 3-yard pickup on this run. Doesn't really ever get going. Just kind of trudges along. Look at that. Just kind of jogs in slow-mo. Doesn't ever, switch gears. Alshon Jeffrey has a pectoral strain, will return shortly. I'm probably just going to sub him out for a little bit. And our bad running runs right into our line. We had a huge hole, and Jason Kelsey now is injured. We got our backup center in Mike. I believe, I can't remember his last name is. But his first name, I believe, is Mike. Probably actually not Mike. And Jason Kelsey is done for the day. So we're going to be rocking our backup center for the day right now. And we're really going to miss Jeffrey. Or we're going to miss Kelsey. We're missing someone. We're missing Jason Kelsey as Carson Wentz finds Zach Ertz for the touchdown. Ugh, words are hard. Jake Elliott's extra point is good. We take a 14-7 lead in the first quarter. Nick Foles is pretty happy. Way to go, Nick Foles. And during the Eagles' defensive drive, we're going to be switching around everything. Isaac Seumalo is the man's name. We're going to be putting Chance Warmack in at left guard. We're going to be moving Steve Wisniewski to his natural position of center from left guard to center. Hopefully it just balances out our offensive line. No offense to Isaac Seumalo. I just don't believe he's the best option for us currently. And Zeke Elliott gets a big 20-yard pickup, looks like, right there. Can't be allowing that right there. 4 rushes, 44 yards. He's having his day with us right now. And on the play action there, we're gonna get Brandon Graham with the sack on Dak Prescott. He had that god offensive line, but if we beat him on the play action, we beat him on the play action good. Look at this. Dak Prescott. Brandon Graham plays the running back. As soon as he sees this play action, he goes for his Dak Prescott. A nice little power drive sack right there. On 3rd and 22, Dak's going to air the ball, and it is picked by Ronald Darby. His was that 4th interception, 5th interception on the year, his 4th pick of the season. Way to go, Mr. Darby. Pretty much of a steal for the Eagles. And on 3rd inches, we get stuffed in the backfield. And that offensive line, we're missing it. We can see how much we missed it because we would have had that with our offensive line at full strength. And Brandon Graham gets his 2nd sack of the day. Dak Prescott trying to roll out right, and it doesn't work as Brandon Graham's another sack. 2nd and 22 now. 3rd and 26 now. For Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Hands off to Zeke. He's going to get a 4-yard pickup, but not much more than that. It's going to be 4th and 22 and forced to punt. 3rd and 3 now for the Eagles. Hand his ball off to Corey Clement. And Clement's going to get a nice little pickup right now of 11 yards. Good for him. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Fires ball to Zach Ertz. He's going to thread the needle on 2 defenders to get to Ertz. Totally misclicked on that. Didn't mean to go to Ertz, but as soon as Ertz caught it, no harm, no foul. Wentz going to drop back on a 3rd and 15. Air this ball out deep to Alshon Jeffrey, who's going to come down with it. Does he come down with it? And he doesn't. They ruled an incomplete pass, and we're forced to punt the ball. Cameron Johnson, the former Carolina punter, punts the ball, and he whiffs on it. The returner for the Cowboys calls the fair catch, touches the ball, and doesn't retain possession, and Avonte Maddox picks up the fumble. We got 3rd and 10 now. Underneath throw to Corey Clement. Doesn't pick up the 1st down. Gonna set up the field goal though for Jake the Snake Elliott. The kick is up, and it is good. A 17-7 lead for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we're just cruising right now. 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys. Brandon Graham on that outside. And he's coming in for another sack. His 3rd sack of the day. That right tackle, I don't know who that right tackle is for the Cowboys. No, it's not Doug Free anymore, but he just can't handle Brandon Graham. And again, on back-to-back plays, Brandon Graham with a sack, his 4th sack of the day, his 15th sack of the season. He's definitely has his eye out for Michael Strahan's record. And look at that, Julius Thomas, wide open, breaks a tackle, and it takes 2 more Eagles defenders to bring him down. 2 for 3 for Zach with a 60-yard throwing based off a 40-something odd yard catch by Julius Thomas on a blown coverage. 4th and 4 now, setting up for the field goal. The kick is up and the kick is good down the middle. Cowboys pull within a score of the Eagles going into 2.5 minutes left roughly in the 2nd quarter. Under pressure, Wentz is sacked. David Irving. 3rd and 12 for the Eagles now. 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. This offensive line is really struggling right now, and we're going to get sacked. We had Alshon Jeffrey open. We just need another second to throw the ball. 3rd and 12 now for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's going to be a screen pass that goes wide as Dak Prescott hits his thrown. I believe by Brandon Graham, maybe not. Don't really know by who. Will be set up a 4th and 12. The field goal is up. The field goal is no good. Too short off the crossbar. I believe that is Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey is cut in real life, but in this franchise, he is still with the Cowboys. Look at that. Wentz fumbles the ball on the sack. The Cowboys recover with 30 seconds left in the game, or I guess in the 2nd quarter. And this offensive line just can't handle this pass rush. We're missing 2 of our key components. We're forcing double teams on players we should be double teaming. And right now, Brandon Graham his 5th sack of the day. Going into halftime, Eagles up 17-10, 134 yards passing, 61 yards rushing. But we just can't get anything going now. We're missing 2 key components from their positions. Yes, we still have Steven Wisniewski in the game, but he's playing center right now. He's been playing left guard the past 2 seasons for the Eagles. It's really showing how much we miss Jason Kelsey, who is a 92 overall. And we just can't replace that. We'll definitely be looking to the draft to find some high-quality backups, definitely better than Chance Womack at a 70 overall, and definitely better than Isaac Seumalo, who's a 67 overall. Definitely not going to be drafting a center in the 1st or 2nd round, but probably a 3rd or 4th round, we'll be looking at drafting a center. We got Zeke Elliott again breaks free, another huge hole. The 10, the 5, touchdown, Ezekiel Elliott. Cowboys tie the game up at 17 apiece. Carson Wentz scrambling for it, trying to throw the ball away, and he is sacked by David Irving. Irving's 2nd sack of the day, his 15th tackle on the season. 3rd and 14 for Wentz. And the ball up to Alshon Jeffrey, and the ball's going to be batted a mile in the air, coming down somewhere in the stands. 3rd and 6 now for the Cowboys, and Brandon Graham, who else comes in for the sack? His 6th sack of the game. 4th and 15 now for the Cowboys. We're going to be forcing a punt right there, coming off the punt. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. We're going to be firing the ball to Mac Hollins, who's going to come down with that. As a tough catch by Hollins. Surprised he caught it. 3rd and 4 for the Eagles on the 32-yard line. And we're going to have time to pocket, but we just don't throw the ball quick enough to Zach Ertz. And Jason Peters now goes down with an injury. 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Dallas retains possession of the ball. Play action pass, and another sack of Dak Prescott. Fletcher Cox with the sack this time. So this Cowboys offensive line is supposed to be a top 3 offensive line in the league. It's just not handling this Eagles pass rush. And Peters is done for the day. We have to put Hal Vaitai in now. Hit it off to Zeke and Ronald Darby, it looks like. That's not Darby. Who is that? That's Rodney McLeod. Throws Zeke to the ground. Zeke's now hurt. This is a game of the age. It is a body bag game for these 2 teams, as both teams have now suffered multiple injuries. up and down. Zeke, though, looking like he's hurt instead of injured, as he's now on the bench instead of in the tunnel. 3rd and 21 now. Play action pass. They're gonna go deep. We're burned. Allen Hurns. The 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. Allen Hurns burns Ronald Darby deep. I hope that was Ronald Darby he burned. His 25th career receiving touchdown. The newly acquired Allen Hurns goes deep. Firing the ball to Nelson Aguilar this time. Aguilar's going to reel in. I think it was a 20-yard catch right there for Aguilar. 2nd 10 for the Eagles. We'll be firing deep, but no, we're going to be sacked right there. We just don't have time. Randy Gregory comes in for the sack. 3rd and 20 now for the Eagles. We'll be firing deep. We're looking for Mike Loss, but that pass is broken up by the safety. I don't know who that is. I should know who that is. Jeff Heath, I believe that's who that was. Man's got arms like cannons. Brandon Graham shows Dak Prescott who his daddy is. His 7th sack of the day. And we're going to put out a Fortnite dance right now. 24-17 Cowboys lead. 10.5 minutes left. Hand the ball to Jordan Mailata on 4th and 1. And Mailata's going to get a 3-yard pickup. Got to keep these chains moving. 3rd and 6 now for the Eagles. They're locking up everyone except Zach. His possession catch rolls on the ground. Another yard or two after he stands back up. 1st and 10 now for the Philadelphia Eagles on the 36-yard line. 3rd and 1 on the 2-yard line. We're going to hand the ball off to, we're going to throw the ball actually, we're going to hand it off to Dallas Goedert, who's going to get the receiving touchdown. Wins his 3rd touchdown on the day. Bring us within a extra point of tying this game up with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. Extra points up, and the extra point is good. The game is all tied with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. Dak Prescott plenty of time in the pocket, and that ball is incomplete right there. It is hit away by Nigel Bradham. 4th and 7 now set up for the field goal. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Dan Bailey, the most accurate, 2nd most accurate kicker in NFL history, hits the game clincher, I guess the game leading field goal? I guess that's what you call it. Hand them off to Dallas Goedert, who's going to get out of bounds. Smart play by the rookie to freeze the clock at a minute 13. 40 seconds left in the game, and that offensive line gets shredded by the Cowboys. There's a fumble on the field. Lane Johnson tackles David Irving, and we had 2 players get shredded at the same time. Kelsey, or I guess Wisniewski, and Womack both got blocked at the same time. And Dak Prescott with 2 seconds left is going to kneel the ball out. Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles 27-24. The Eagles' first loss on the season, a heartbreaker. We outthrew the Cowboys by over 100 yards. We were underrun by 20. Look at these stats right there. We just had no running game as soon as Kelsey came out of the game. We just couldn't run behind. And then as soon as we lost Peters, we had no protection on that left side. We had 2 players playing in their positions. With all these sacks in the game, every starter had, or I guess every offensive lineman had a sack allowed. Brandon Graham had 7 sacks. 7 sacks in the game. 7 sacks by Brandon Graham. What a day by him. We had a pick by Darby, and nothing else came from him. We had very few tackles by anyone. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you liked what you saw. If you do, great. If you don't, it's whatever. I don't really care. We're going to upgrade Ron McLeod real quick. Upgrade his run stopper. Just you guys like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, YouTube. Rock on.